Yeah, I take a hit the lady, please. Hey, hey, how's it going, Drew? Back. What the heck? How are you? Lucky.
Where's my whatever the questions right there? Oh yeah, it's not where my contact.
Oh, good. Yeah, they'll be right there. It's speaking to pretty beautiful for you.
Is it this?
Right, 6 5. Good evening, everyone. Welcome down to Cranky Sam. We're going to get started with trivia here in just a couple of minutes. If you'd like to play along, come up. You can grab 4 slips and a pen. We'll explain everything else before we get started. But again, starting in just a couple of minutes. And a reminder, tonight is the first night of our summer-long tournament. So I'll give you some details about that. If you're just here for the night, nothing to worry about. But if you plan on coming back, we'll have a little chat.
The name have to stay the same for the tournament.
I'm not going to give you his numbers. Yeah, probably it's not come up with stupid name.
Perfect.
Letters full. Community leader. We do go. It's up for us. Door. I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
No, it's all.
Yeah.
Don't really know. I've seen like 5 and 6 before, so.
So you can grab more. I mean, what are we gonna do?
Right?
4?
How many?
Just grab 4, yeah. That's all you need.
I see the number.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why not 5? Well, because it takes another half an hour. So what up? What business going here? I'll take these ugly ones. So ugly. Hey. What's that? Want to share the back? No, I'm fine. Okay. You might win the wedge. I think I don't think it's bad to call her a wench. I think she's pretty clearly a wench. That's a wench. Like, no judgment, but no, she's a wench. It's the blue skin. I actually did keep it for. I was like, maybe I'll paint it gold if with my pirate stuff. And I was like, you ever got a house, Reed? Big idiot. Yeah. World's greatest grandpa. Best teammate. Alrighty, friends. Last call to come grab some slips before we get started here. We got 1 minute before we dive on into trivia. Last call for grabbing slips. It's always somebody. No. You haven't fucked up yet. We'll see how you do. Then we'll see if you fucked up or not. Hey, that's okay. Hey, can you kill that music, please? Somebody said they turn off the music. Alrighty, folks, here's the basics for tonight. If it's your first time or it's been a while, go ahead and check out those screens. Tonight we'll have 4 rounds of 10 questions each. Each question just worth 1 point, but you can star one of the 4 rounds. That will double the points for that whole round. So if you get 7 right, you'll get a total of 14 points. You can only use the star once, so use it well. We won't do any repeats, so please take some notes as we go through. I'll give you a couple minutes at the end of every round to check your answers, and we'll take a break in between each round. Prizes tonight. First place is a $30 drink card to the bar. Second place is a $20 drink card. Third place, as always, is a surprise prize, which tonight I am not slut-shaming or anything, but is this bust of a wench. She's very clearly a wench, and there's nothing wrong with it. But this beautiful blue-skinned wench could be yours if you do well, but not too well down here tonight. No, it's standard wench. And we also have a prize for best team name. If whatever team name makes me giggle the most, will get something even crappier than a wench bust. We only have 4 rules, so please follow them. No cell phones out during rounds at all, please. Feel free to narc on people you see with them out. Second place, we only have a 6-person team limit. If you have more than 6, that's fine, but you do need to mark it on the top of your first sheet. You can still play, you just can't win, unfortunately. Please keep your answers quiet, especially as the delicious beer and cocktails start flowing. Some people get a little not as quiet, so keep it secret, keep it safe. And last and most importantly, remember, it is just trivia, so simmer down. If you find yourself getting revved up, don't. Just have a beer and relax. Okay, you simmer down. What did I just say? So, also, folks, we are starting our tournament tonight. If you would like to be a part of the tournament, you don't have to do too much special. I just need you to mark at the top of your first sheet, I want to be part of the tournament. All that means is I will assign you a number. Every time you come in, you can just add that number to your name, and we'll just add up your total points throughout the summer. And the teams with the most points at the very end of the summer will win some special prizes. That's about it. So if you would like to be a part of the tournament this summer, please just write down tournament, please, at the top of your sheets now. I will get those in. You'll be assigned a number that you can use each week as you come down. Alrighty, that is about it. Let's dive right into round number 1. Tomorrow in history. Sometimes we do it today in history round, but today is a tomorrow in history, June 6th. I will give you a year and ask you a question about something that happened on June 6th of that year. Without any further ado, let's dive right into question number 1 in our June 6th round. Question number 1. In 1832, on June 6th, tomorrow's date, the barricades of student protesters finally fall in Paris, ending a rebellion memorialized in Les Miserables by what author? I'll give you about 10 more seconds, so if you want some more time, take some notes. Again, we're moving on in 10 seconds. Question number 2. On today's date, or tomorrow's date, 1844, what international organization was founded in London by George Williams for, quote, the improving of the spiritual condition of young men engaged in the drapery, embroidery, and other trades? Name that international organization. Why is their music still playing? Yes. Thank you. 10 seconds. Again, take some notes if you need to. Question number 3 in our June 6th round here. On this date in 1912, the eruption of Nova Rupta, the largest volcanic eruption of the 20th century, begins in what current U.S. state? Name the state. 10 seconds. Moving on to question number 4. On tomorrow's date, 1938, what founder of psychoanalysis arrived in London fleeing the Nazi annexation of Austria? You have to be quiet behind the bar, too. If you shout out answers, people can hear you. There's the boy. There's a good boy. A fifth grader should know this. 10 seconds. Question number 5. On tomorrow's date, 1942, Japanese troops invade what island chain, starting the only land battle of World War II to take place on U.S. soil? Name the island chain. And seconds. Question number 6. From the Pacific to the war in Europe during the D-Day invasion, the heaviest Allied losses occurred on what beach, codenamed after the largest city of a Midwestern state that's along the Missouri River? Name that beach with the biggest losses on D-Day. Allied losses. Ten seconds. Moving on to number 7. On June 6, 1968, one of the significant assassinations of the 1960s, what senator and presidential candidate died after being shot the previous night? Name that person who was assassinated. Why is there music still playing? For the love of sweet holy God. Seconds. Question number 8. On this date, 1978, still airing today, what TV news magazine premiered on ABC to compete with CBS's 60 Minutes? Fine. Oh, it's what I was just like. Your plans on this. 10 seconds. Moving on to question number 9. On this date in 1984, what famous video game was first released in the Soviet Union by Alexei Pajitnov? Should be a full match. Get that there. If I get it out here or my other place, I run it. And I'm like, oh wait, it doesn't matter.
I'm on track.
10 seconds. Take some notes if you need to. And finally, question number 10. On tomorrow's date, 1993, at the 47th Tony Awards, what play about the AIDS crisis by Tony Kushner with the subtitle Millennium Approaches won Best Play? Name the main title of that show. Hey, did you want to join the tournament by chance? Did you write it on there? Fantastic. 10 seconds. I know right there. Thank you. And that's going to do it, my friends, for round number 1. Remember, you can star this round for double points, but also do not forget, if you'd like to join our tournament this summer, just write tournament clearly at the top for me.
Jim, here's Jim.
I don't know who Jim is. I'm sorry.
He's one of the
Did you drop? You might have dropped something else, sir. Oh, is that important? I wasn't sure what it was there. Thank you. Here you go. Yeah, I'm not sure.
may not be here.
Sure who that is. Yeah, I'm sorry. Give me about 1 more minute, please. Get all your slips turned in. 1 minute, please. There we go.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Just to show for this one, we like kept on messing up, so we like would put arrows.
Oh, yeah, I'll figure it out.
Thank you.
Put just upside down right there for me, folks. Yeah, you betcha. And last call for slips, please. Last call. Set out right there, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, set out right there for everybody. Thank you. Mark.
Big solitary. Greater inches from tip to tail. Now the concern cells live into a sheet long.
Alrighty, folks, thank you for your patience. Let's check those answers to round number 1. Little book you might have heard of called Les Miserables, turned into a musical and a play and 1,000 other things. That's Victor Hugo. Victor Hugo. I didn't necessarily expect everybody to know this one, but the young men in there was a big hint. That is the Young Men's Christian Association, because all the boys had to do was brothels and taverns. So he was like, how about basketball? You know, for Jesus. Nova Rupta is, first of all, a really cool name for a volcano that was in Alaska. Alaska. You know, because all the Hawaiian ones have cool Hawaiian names. The founder of psychoanalysis, a bit psycho himself sometimes, that was Mr. Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud. This one could be kind of misleading when we say U.S. soil, we mean like actual, not necessarily territories. That was the Aleutians. The Japanese actually invaded the islands off of Alaska. I think they killed like 2 people and took like 7 people prisoner for like a week. But still. For those of you that knew, yes, the D-Day invasions happened in the Normandy region of France. But Omaha Beach, Omaha, the largest city in Nebraska, was the name of the beach with the largest loss of life. Excuse me, ma'am. No, get her out of here. Get out of here. How's it going? It's good to see you. I was nice on this one time, but if 2 people with the same last name are both assassinated in the same decade, please be specific. So if you just put Kennedy, I took it, but next time I'm not going to be so nice. But that was RFK. RFK. Listen, I'm not going to call them all up and be like, do you want to be more specific on number 7? Back in 78, ABC started the news magazine 2020. 2020. If you hear video game 80s Russia, that's Tetris. Tetris. And finally, just so you know, the Tonys do separate musicals from plays. This was the best play, so Rent wouldn't really do it. That was Angels in America. Angels in America. All right, let's check your scores, see how you did. For 2 seconds here. Oh, God. Just so you know, if you decided to join the tournament, after your name, there is a T and a number. You just need to remember that number each week. That'll be your number all summer long. All right, and here we are at the top of the list. Again, I hope you noted your team numbers if you're joining the tournament. If not, they'll be up there every round. Probably had one team. There we go. So,
Yeah, what work in summer, I think we had it marked down to be there.
okay, great. I'll add it.
Thank you.
Actually, just want to put it back at the top of the next. Yeah, thank you. All righty, folks. So currently in first place in the CSPH, that's our staff here, which this is the first time they've never been in like the bottom three. So it might be this obnoxious new bartender who shouts out answers all the time, but we'll find out. They're tied right now with the Pentaverate, with also 14 points using their scar. And tied for third, then is the Sapphire Cats, who used their star to get 10. And Summer Team, who just got a perfect 10, but didn't use their star. I was going back and forth about best team name, and I'll be honest, I'm just going to go for the Weeds Too Strong. Which team is the Weeds Too Strong? Come on up and get your stupid prize. I literally had to go in the other day and be like, can I get your dumpiest, trashiest 70s weed possible? Because this other stuff is killing me. So the Weeds Too Strong gets this amazing prize. You guys get to be world's best grandpa. Show it off. Use it with love. All righty, we're all warmed up here and ready to go now, folks. Let's dive into round number 2. Round number 2 is going to be, once this computer gets going here, a good old random round. 10 random questions for you to enjoy as we flow here. 10 questions. Let's start with question number 1. Make sure your team's name is at the top. In a social justice context, what does DEI stand for? Ten seconds. Question number 2 in our random round. What spacecraft built by Boeing, good luck, finally made its first launch today after months of delays? Name the name of said spacecraft. And by this, I'm looking kind of for the brand name, not necessarily its individual name, brand name of it. 10 seconds. Question number 3, talking specifically about like U.S. soil, the United States, not its territories. What is the southernmost capital in the proper United States?
Non-territories.
10 seconds.
I just said non-territories. I didn't think. Right? Why are you saying? That's your part.
Moving on to question number 4. In our random round, established in 1949, what international laws laid out humanitarian protections during wartime? What do we call those laws?
Hey, brother. I like the shirt. It's been too long since you've been to Curly's.
Oh God, yeah, it's been a hot minute, huh?
This Curly's doesn't exist anymore. It's a that's just
10 seconds. Well, moving on to question number 5 in our random round. What classical composer wrote the tune used in Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Baba Black Sheep, and the Alphabet Song? Name that composer. Ten seconds. Question number 6 in our random round. In American folklore, what was the name of Paul Bunyan's ox? Oh, 10 seconds, and actually less. Get some notes in if you need to. Moving on to number 7. Question 7, often ascribed to Julius Caesar, the phrase Veni Vidi Vici translates to I came, I saw, and I what? Ten seconds. Question number 8 in our random round. Just 3 more here. What U.S. president authorized the dropping of atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945? Name the U.S. president. Ten seconds. Question number 9. Derived from lichens, amongst other things, litmus paper is used to test levels of what in a material? Couple possible answers I'll take here. 10 seconds. And finally, number 10 in our random round, which two U.S. cities have both hosted the Olympics twice? Need two answers on this one. And seconds. And just like that, round number 2 is over. I'll give you 2 minutes from right now to check over your answers. Also, don't forget you can star one round tonight for double points. Let's get those slips turned in upside down in front of the computer. Thanks, dude. One minute left. Get all your slips turned in, please. 1 minute.
Didn't like this round as much.
Oh, well, let me just cater everything to you, princess. Upset is right there, folks. Thank you. And last call for slips, please. Last call. Right there for me. Thanks. Sorry, I moved the pile on there. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. Do you know when the kitchen's closing tonight? Right.
Pretty sweet.
I know. Hey, be careful with that wench.
Yeah.
She's an important wench.
Wow. Where did this come from?
It's secondhand storage.
Find it yourself.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about hanging on to it just because it's so weird. Then I was like, I don't want. I was gonna spray paint her gold, and I was like, I don't want this. Get out of the damn house.
Yeah.
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is a French song composed 20 years before Mozart.
Well,
Mozart wrote variations on it,
okay.
and that's where you got your answer. If you want
That's
to figure out Mozart,
I do want Mozart.
but
Yeah.
it's written 20 years before that.
Not from Bach. Okay, not from the information I saw, but it's not written by Bach either.
No, it's not, but it's written by Jean-Francis Manet.
And I know it was some variations on him, but I don't think that it like sounded the same. I think his variations made it into the thing. So I love hearing that, but at this point I don't really care, to be honest. Well, I don't think anybody.
Mozart, and I crossed out because I knew Mozart wrote variations on the right composer. He wrote variations.
I know should have done like popularized probably. It's one of those ones I just kind of honestly threw in there. So I was like, I remembered it from school, but good calls. Thanks for letting me know. Hey. Yes, please. Anything else? Lady. Speaks. What did you book up for? Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Okie dokie. Let's check those scores to round number 2. Couple kind of fudgy answers on this, I'll admit, but most of y'all followed along pretty well. Again, in social justice context, the DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. That Boeing spacecraft that literally finally took off today, this afternoon, it's called Starliner, super inventive, Starliner. Again, I wasn't looking for territories, but we were talking the entire United States. So Honolulu is the southernmost capital, Honolulu. Those protections during wartime established in 1949 are called the Geneva Conventions. Geneva Conventions. There's a few questions on this about exactly when it was first written, but it was most popularized by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Question number 6. A lot of you knew his ox was blue, but didn't know the blue ox's name is Babe. Babe, the blue ox. I think everybody but one team actually got this one, which is very rare down here. Being a little too easy on you here. I came, I saw, I conquered. 1945, ending the Pacific Theater with a couple bombings. That was Truman. Litmus paper tests something very specific in a material. That is either acidity or its pH. I took either one of those. And frankly, before anybody gets pissed at me, I just want you to see it does ask for cities specifically, cities. So we had Los Angeles, and then Lake Placid, which is in New York State, but is not New York City. Just future reference. Let's check your scores and see how you're doing here. Also, please make sure to put your names on your sheets. 2 teams didn't. I won't call them out, Glitterati, but make sure to put your names on your sheets, please. Glitterati. A lot of very high scores on this one, but not a lot of use of stars. Interesting tactic. And here we are at the top of the list with a pretty sturdy lead right now at 28 points. Is Scrotox is a thing. Look it up, but not right now because you keep your phones away. CatX had 24 points, and in third is Manja Manja with 23. But the Wheat's too strong, and CSPH not too far behind with 21. So let's move on to our next round, which will be a photo round to make sure you can see one of those TVs clearly. Try to do something new and random for you in photo rounds whenever we can. So today's photo round is going to be really stupid. 5'6" tall actors behind 5'2" fences. So you're going to see the top 4 inches of 10 female actors' faces. You need to name the actor. They all identify as female, as far as I know, so that'll limit it by 50%. So again, just looking for the name of the actress looking over the fence. And let's start it right off with number 1. Name that actress looking over that fence. Ten seconds. How about number 2? Name this female actor behind the fence. Hint, she is 5'6" tall. I used to leave the noses on and it made it too easy. So now I'm just seeing if you can really just do the mask. Ten seconds. Move on to 3. Who's behind that 5'4" fence? Ten seconds. I will let you know some of these pictures are of them a little bit younger, but here's number 4. Name the actress behind the fence. 10 seconds. What number 5? Who's behind that fence? Ten seconds. How about number 6? Name that performer who's hiding behind that fence.
The real deep down.
Ten seconds. Number 7, name the actor. Ten seconds. How about number 8? Again, 5'6" tall actor. Name her. 10 seconds. Just 2 more here. Let's check number 9. Who is this? Number 9. Ten seconds. And finally, number 10, name that performer behind that fence.
I've seen it on here. I don't know.
Wait, no, yeah, I'll throw it in for you next time. No worries. 10 seconds. And that's going to do it for round number 3. Our name the 5'6" actor behind a 5'2" fence. Let's get those sheets in as soon as you can. Don't forget, you only have 1 round after this to use your star, so make a wise decision. Since it's kind of hard to take notes on a picture, I'll give you just 1 minute from right now. 60 seconds to get those slips turned in, please. 60 seconds.
And here, I thought you could clip it needed.
What movies?
Okay. Oh, no.
They all look the same. It's all wet and horrible on a beach. Got about 30 seconds. Get all those slips in, please. It's for some. I can't do this crap either, but some people are so good at it. No. And last call for slips. Let's get them all up. Make sure your name's on there. Clitorati. So now right there for it.
Just to know. Oh, shit, I got Michelle Pfeiffer right.
Hang on, good on you. Just a heads up, folks. The kitchen will be open for just a little over 20 minutes right now. So if you'd like some grub, flag down one of your amazing servers and get your order in as soon as you can, please. Alrighty, crew, let's check those answers to our actors behind a fence round. Some of you nailed it, some of you stumbled a bit. That's fine. I'm personally terrible at these kind of things. I couldn't even do this with like my family, let alone random actors. The number one, that was Keira Knightley. Keira Knightley. Number two, lots of guesses for Cameron Diaz. It's not right, but it's not a terrible guess, I guess. That's Michelle Pfeiffer. Michelle Pfeiffer. Most of you got this one, one of the most famous people in America, most recognizable faces anyway. That's Miss Oprah Winfrey, who yes, did act in a few movies. I'm not judging, but I went old school on this picture because this person's chosen to get a lot of work done and I can't recognize her anymore. So this is a young Goldie Hawn. Very few folks guessed Glenn Close. You were close. But no cigar, that's Meryl. Meryl Streep. I'm not necessarily making fun of you, but you can tell when you live in Montana because people of a certain race seem to look like each other. This is not Michelle Obama. She's not an actor. This is Viola Davis. Viola Davis. Literally about a 30 and put Michelle Obama, and I'm like, you know what? Make your guesses. I'm not judging, but I am noticing, if that makes sense. Going on at number 7 here. Long and storied career of Susan Sarandon. This was probably the hardest for a lot of y'all. A lot of different folks guessed a lot of different things, but a fair few of you got it as well. That's Rachel Weisz. Rachel Weisz. Number 9 is hypothetically known for other things more than her few film careers, including in Austin Powers 3 Gold member, but that is Miss Beyonce Knowles Carter. Or whatever her name is. I don't know, Beyonce. I know, she's really obscure. Sorry to trick you so hard with that super obscure person in American culture. And last but not least, if you like talking about your private parts, you probably love this comedian, Sarah Silverman. Sarah Silverman. So again, a little hit and miss for a lot of y'all. Again, these ones would not be my strong point, so there's no judgment for me, at least on these. But let's check your scores, see where you're sitting, see how you're doing. You know, I think officially 10 teams signed up for the tournament. If you've changed your mind and would like to join us for it, it's no harm, no foul. You can just write tournament very large and clear on the top of your final answer sheet. It doesn't cost anything extra. We'll just add up your points over the summer every time you can make it down. And we'll see if you can get you some fancy pants prizes. Yeah. These scores are now out of a total possible of 40 points, essentially, if you used your star already. And we got a team dominating right now. That is Scrotox is a thing. Look it up. Our trivia team number 20. With 38 points. Wet Hot Merkin Summer, which is a great name, by the way. I love it. That's 35 points. And a tie for third between TEDx and Ian's B team with 32. But lots of teams right on the horizon. So it's all going to come down to this final round of trivia. Oftentimes I do something completely different for the fourth round, but honestly, everything I came up with was so convoluted and dumb because I've been drinking a bit. So I decided to simply give you a good old sturdy round all about beer. Beer, 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 beer. I was like, why fight it? Just flow with it, you know? So make sure your team's name's at the top. If you haven't starred, use your star. And let's go with number one here. Well, there are hundreds of varieties of beer. What are the two main types based on the process of fermentation?
Let's see what you remember.
10 seconds. You need two answers for that one. Let's move on to question number two. What Central European country is the source of Pilsner downs the most beer per capita at 135 liters per person per day? That's a lot, or per year. That's a lot of beer. Ten seconds. Move on to question number three in our beer round. Named for men who hauled cargo in London, what type of beer is essentially a stout but with higher alcohol content? If you're a hardcore beer person, yes, there are some other differences, but that's the best way to explain it. Name that type of beer. Ten seconds. Moving on to question number four in our loosely themed beer round here. Along with fads like phone booth stuffing and hula hoops, what decade saw the popularization of beer pong?
Can you throw in a Mocha Loco to go for me, please? Cool, thank you. Same decade. What does it say? Along with the Loco and the
10 seconds.
What? How? You have beef or rice. That's all it is.
Let's move on to question number five. Number five, the beer glass designed for what German style beer tapers out at the bottom to help collect yeast? Give me the general type of German beer we're talking about. I'll do the island pork with skirt steak. Thank you. It's like, how can you be out of something with 2 ingredients?
Scotch grapefruit answered in the garden stir fry.
Just have to eat it later. I can still get the stir fry. I just had stir fry 2 days in a row. 10 seconds. Oh, yeah, let's just have that. Yeah, I gotta pay respects. You're not already. You're not playing here. You're not playing here. Get out of here. Get out here. Thanks, Baba. He's my competition. Moving on to question number 6. This is so silly. In a 2001 attempt to fight childhood obesity, a school in the Flemish region, Flemish is your best hint, by the way, of what country offered kids as young as 3 years old low alcohol beers to replace sugary sodas? A school in what country literally served 3-year-olds beer at lunch? Ten seconds. Moving on to number 7. In the 1960s, what Dutch pale lager made its green bottles square so they could double as bricks in buildings and walls to help reduce waste? Name the beer brand. While I have you, can I get one more lady, please? Thank you. Ten seconds. Question number 8 in my drunken dive into beer here. The first known evidence of beer making comes from as early as 3500 BC. That's 5,500 years ago. From a Mesopotamian site in the Zagros Mountains in what modern day country? Mesopotamian site in the Zagros Mountains. Ten seconds. Question number 9 for you in our drinking round. In what year was the 21st Amendment passed, which finally ended prohibition after almost 14 years? Name the year that amendment was passed. Ten seconds. And finally, number 10 is for our Cranky Sam fans. If you come down a lot, you have a much better chance to support the Pink Boots Society, an organization that promotes women and non binary folks in brewing. Cranky Sam brewed what beer? A twist on the name of a famous Nancy Sinatra song. What was the name of their Pink Boots Society beer? It's not up there anymore. Don't worry, you can't cheat. 10 seconds. You have a good one, guys. And just like that, our final round is over. Please take 2 minutes from right now to check your answers. If you haven't used your star, make sure to star this round. Let's get them all turned in. We'll get our final scores and our winners here in just a couple moments.
got a drummer on back twice.
It's a very fun drummer, too. He's having a great time.
Yeah.
Forty-five seconds left. Get all your slips turned in, please. Don't be late. It's so tacky. So gauche. Oh, wait. Last call for slips, please. Last call. Thank you. So late. I have a good one. Good to see you. Don't forget, we'll be down here every Tuesday night all summer doing bingo, bingo. It's a good time when we turn over all funds to all of our winners. We don't keep a single dime. So come on down and see us next Tuesday or another Tuesday, 7 to 9.
Just doing anything with Christmas.
No, doing good, man. Just trying to roll through, get the last of these done. Take it.
So Lando's doing one at Saving Foods, but you don't have to advertise it anymore, probably because you're servicing.
It's been full since like the second week we did it. So,
Right.
yeah, we don't even really care.
My turn Tam, I felt like to be really good on a small team scale, but it's like all we need is like 60 who knows about these certain sports. Someone who's 25 and knows pop music and then crush.
Right?
I have
Yeah,
confidence.
it's just to know what you're missing here.
You just need a few things around things out sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You have two similar smart people, they might not. They might
What I
know a
know.
lot, and you know.
And it's funny, I specifically picked some rounds that I know I'd be bad at just because I know other people could be good at them.
Right.
Which I sometimes I go to some people's trivia and I'm like, oh, this is all just what you think works. The fuck I can recognize any of those fucking actors, but
You're not well. Valedictorian is civil. Val.
I
I
a
wonder-
3-9 or something, but
That you know. Family came back from Kitchen Dwellers at Pine Creek 3 nights up from Oregon. Just got her law degree.
is this your lady friend? I don't know if I've met her.
Really good friend.
Oh, okay.
So cool. Nice to see you. Well, there's a way to personality wise, just OT gangster. Like our undergrad bumps it up.
I like that.
Like people wear helmet to their kids get so fucking big.
Listen, if I fall over, I'm gonna put this helmet on just
It's like,
in case.
yeah, okay, I love jobs.
Hi, Reed. Nice to meet you. Alrighty, folks, we're about to dive into those answers. Not to mooch on you too hard, but I do spend about 12 hours of my life putting these stupid trivia rounds together for you, trying to triple check every answer. If you enjoyed it and want to throw me a couple bucks, I wouldn't complain. And I complain about everything. So this could be a big thing for me here. But let's check those final answers to round number 4, our beer round. So again, some beer is brewed, some beer is fermented throughout the process, and some is from the bottom. That makes a difference between ales and lagers. Ales and lagers are the two official types of beer. A lot of y'all guessed Germany, but I'll tell you, this country drinks almost twice as much beer than Germany. That's the Czech Republic. For those of you that put Czechoslovakia, you're lucky. I'm just drunk enough to be nice. That country hasn't existed for decades. Buy a map. Google something for Christ.
No.
No, you're fine. Again, it was named for men who hauled cargo in London. They were known as porters. So they port. Yeah, that's the name of the beer. Guinness stole it way later. So the only things the Irish actually won between them and the Brits. Thank you. A lot of you guessed pretty much whatever decade you grew up in, but it was the 1950s. Somebody said the 2000s to 2010s. I'm like, were you doing a lot of phone booth stacking 10 years ago? Jesus. No, you always think it's like your cool friend Tim made it up. No, your grandparents are playing this shit, okay? Same thing, though. They used to use plastic cups, but same thing with the pyramid, and you could slim it down. And found an old book from shitty college guys. So this one was kind of odd. A lot of folks had a lot of guesses, but the reason is this beer is unfiltered, so it still has yeast that settles at the bottom. You don't want to drink that. That's Weissen or Hefeweizen. A Hefeweizen glass specifically curls out at the bottom to catch that yeast. I once got screamed at in my face by my very good German friend because he caught me drinking a Hefeweizen not out of a Hefeweizen glass. And I was like, you need to stop being so German, dude. And I gave him a tickle and he squealed. This country, Belgium. Belgium is like 90% Flemish. That was the hint. Yeah, it was about 3% alcohol beer, though. So, like, their kids were drinking more than Mormons do. So shocking. They did cut it down, though. They were like, even though 80% of the kids preferred the beer, we are not going to do this anymore. If you hear Dutch and green bottles, there really should be only one thing you should think about. Heineken. Heineken. Lots of interesting guesses for this one. There are a lot of things that are nowhere near where Mesopotamia ever was. My favorite was Sri Lanka. What the fuck? It's like if you know that country, you should probably know where it is, and it's not anywhere near. But other good guesses, though, but specifically this site and most Mesopotamian sites are in the modern country of Iran. Iran. Prohibition. Well, I won't tell you when it started, but I'll tell you when it ended after, again, like 13 years, 10 months, 9 days, 52 minutes. Well, there, 1933. Yeah, well, you should have got it right then, shouldn't you? I love this guy's the most pedantic guy in here, but if he gets it wrong, he's like, can't you just be nice about it? It was actually written 2 years before Mozart, and he just made really famous adjustments around it. I know, but this is the 4th round now. And last but not least, this is more of a nod to those of you that come down to Crankies a lot. I also think it's the best beer name I've ever seen for something like this. So again, lots of breweries around town and around the country did specific Pink Boot Society beers. And it's these boots are made for knockin', as in knockin' boots. Like, that's a good one. If you mentioned knockin', I gave you the point. So Let's check those final scores, see how you did. We will not need a tiebreaker. I had one you probably would have hated anyway, so let's just move on from there. Also, I will be taking, if you decide to join the tournament, I'll be taking your points, putting them on a separate sheet. We'll be announcing those at the beginning of each night for the rest of summer. Goodbye, Pirates. Good to see you. Even though you drive me absolutely insane. I like you keep me on board. We did get our first goose egg, our first and only goose egg of the night, though, which is kind of surprising. Samwise Gamgees, we love that you're here, and I'm sorry you don't know enough about beer.
So for Czech Republic, did you not take Czech, which is what the name they go by now? Because they're no longer a
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I even took Czechoslovakia, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Czechia, not Chechnya. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Were you wondering about?
spelling wrong or something?
Who were you?
We were what's the name? We're T11 or T.
Oh no, but what's your actual like team name?
I'm trying to remember. I didn't name us.
Fair enough.
It's like our name is, or this is our name, something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me find it here. It's kind of hard to do both things at the same time. I think you guys
Yeah,
were
'cause
toward.
I
You guys were relatively toward the bottom, right?
got, yeah, we were not doing well.
No, you got Chechnya.
Okay, I
Uh,
thought we got 6 of them.
You said the 80s, is Stein, Iraq 34, and then me.
Yeah.
So that's 5 off. So you got 5
Oh,
out of
yeah,
10, and
yeah,
then
no,
you
never
started
mind, yeah.
4-10.
We're good. Yeah.
No, that's
sorry.
right. Always
I'm
no,
just crazy.
always double check. I mess up a lot. So don't worry.
No, you're all good. No, we no. It's a different one than we got wrong.
Thank you.
The whole last one we got about it. Thank you.
Yep, have a good one, guys. Thanks for coming out. And here we are at the top of the pile, coming in first place. Not a huge surprise with 45 out of 50 possible points. Is Scrotox is a thing. Look it up. They're also going to be our tournament number 20 as we move forward this summer. Wet Hot Merkin Summer came in second with 42. That'll be number 19. And I think I see a pattern here. Summer Team came in with 41 out of 50 points. They will be taking home the wench. And is it you guys? Oh, good. Let me tell you, I almost kept it. I love this wench so much. Oh, fuck. Just don't do anything terrible to it, right? Oh, great. So you can go talk to the bar and they'll get you guys your drink card, okay? And again, folks, thank you all so much for coming down. That's going to do it for us this evening. We will be down every Thursday night or Wednesday night. That's what today is. Throughout the summer doing this stuff. Again, if you enjoyed your night, if you want to throw $1 in the tip jar, again, I wouldn't complain. It's all going to go to dog treats anyway. That fucking furry bastard that I love so much. What a dick. 30 for number 1, 20 for second place.
Good job. It's because you guys did well. That's it concerns me. I'm like, whoa, what you guys got for seven? They got perfect scores in 2 rounds. That's I know. I know. I put in something stupid to phrase it weird so nobody can figure it out. Yeah, intentionally, it just sucks. No, that's fresh blood. This is I'm destroyer. If you ever decide to get rid of it or can't think of someone who knows it, Rich, just like that's it. Just let them know. Like the one thing Reed requests is that if you ever want to get rid of it, don't let it just disappear into the ether. Don't smash her on the ground. Because I was gonna spray paint her solid gold and put her like on the top of this shelving above my piano, and I was like, dude, just get rid of you bought it. And I'm like, wait. Second place?
No, not at all. Not even words with them. No, I thought that I guess we didn't get a tournament ID or something. I put it on the first.
Well, that's very yes. I can happily do that. What was your team there?
The Boeing whistleblower protection programs.
Yeah, unfortunately, I said
It's probably too long for the friggin'
I wonder if I did in there. Oh, see what I didn't have.
Oh,
So you guys will be 21.
Ooh, that's lucky.
I
Blackjack's not
think.
yes.
Yeah, it was funny. I was like, oh, the tournament starts today. I was like, oh, it's no big deal. I'll just figure it out. And then I got here and I was like, oh fuck, how are we actually going to do this? Because I want people to be able to change their names or work with different
Yeah,
folks, but like,
Well, that's all this for. Like, that's all I was like, so that we can change your name.
no, and then I was like, it's like, how am I going to? I literally made it up as I was talking, so I wasn't quite prepared for it. So, yep, so that'll be listed for you guys.
Hey, that's lucky then.
And
That's
I'm
lucky.
actually,
Like,
yeah,
the rest of that is not lucky, but the rest, the
that's okay. I'm actually going to make this new spreadsheet right now
nice. All right. I'll
to
see
get
the
it all
Google
down.
Wow. That one's
I just need a new spreadsheet. I need to make all this smaller so I can actually work on it.
point like 4 fine. Well, that one's
No, I think it's fine. And we'll just do, I started at 11. We'll do 12. And we should be able to highlight and drag. So again, you guys will be 21. Don't forget your number. Because I might write down this week's team names, but after that, I'm like, you either need to know your
I'm not going to forget.
yeah, but either way, I'm
gonna
like,
remember this
you
one,
either
man.
need to know your number or you're fudged.
Yeah, I can remember that number. That's easy enough.
Yeah, all right, sounds good, man.
I'm gonna kill a speaker. I can't tell if it's you got like this shitty update. And it's like I can't tell.
Yeah, I kept asking the girls, I was like, can we turn it off? They're like, it's off. I was like, yeah, but can we turn it off? Because I can still
Yeah.
hear the instructor.
Dude, I'm thinking now it's like so fucking weird to use. You have any fellow got you? Oh, great.
Have you enjoyed seeing my face for best team?
I really do.
It's-
just enjoy seeing your face in
It's
general.
actually our ongoing team name. Normally,
Is it?
play.
Yeah, I'm just like, I was like, I was gonna go for wet hot merkin summer because you know what a merkin is, right? Oh, it's a pubic wig.
Oh, you.
It's actually that thing. There's right above the bar. There's a white frame with a weird kind of
Yep,
fuzzy
yep,
thing in it.
yep.
They found it when they ripped up the floor, so they knew this was a poorhouse. Because prostitutes would have to keep themselves shaved so they wouldn't get crabs like crazy. But shaved was not in style, so they would literally stick those on like spirit gum, like you put a fake beard on in theater. And stick it there, and then you could wear it for a while, and then peel it off and like dip it in lye and kill off all the. It was a pubic toupee. And so wet hot merkin summer is like so gross and so funny. But they use merkin in their name every week, and I know I've given them a prize before.
Yeah.
And also I literally went into the guy
That's
like
pretty
3 or 4 days ago and I was like, I can't get I apparently need to buy the shittiest weed you have here. Because I'd like to be able to take 2 puffs and still be functioning in an hour.
And you're.
Is that madness?
Pretty much the time.
And I just all of a sudden I'm like, I can't, I don't know. And I'm like, the weed's too strong. So
That's been our team name for a while. One of our we've made friends with another group that plays. It's our voice mayonnaise.
they're what?
Voice mayonnaise.
Moist
And so the joke is always like if we're down members, we need to combine. We'll be moist marijuana.
Oh, that's nice. I like it. So where do you usually go?
Well, we've been trying out a lot of places as of late, but we were like chronic savings goers for a bit.
But doesn't
I paid
it
time.
last like 5 hours too?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like we prefer to be longer. It's like our night where we're like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
We
it is
kinda-
longer.
We try to get folks in and out.
Like I want it to be done soon. You have different markets, whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I hope you guys stumble back, see us every so often.
checking out other.
But if you want to just come down this summer, since you're now part of the tournament,
The what?
the
We are part of
tournament,
the tournament now. We'll see if we make it back.
I hope so.
I'm not the decision maker. They are.
That's okay. It was great. It was great just to see you in general, sweet love. I hurt your face. Yeah, you heard me. I hurt her face. You heard me. 13, 22. Look at cheese also number 22. Oh, man. Real? 21 going is regular. And whatever 30. 14. Happy. Sorry, 30 votes. Really? Okay. This needs to start. Number 15, number 16. This This 36. Six. Let's see. This game 37. Score. Just switching. Hi, it's good to see you, baby. Well, hello, how are you? Oh, it was good. Worked out just fine. I just decided to start a tournament out of the blue and I realized I have no idea how to run it. But I think I've got it figured out.
Or just this
Oh, no, just
Always a
moments
pleasure,
ago.
mate.
Hey, thanks, man. Have a good one. It's like, oh, how do I keep track of people's scores all summer if they change their name every time?
Yeah.
So last minute, I was like, everybody gets assigned a number, and you just have
That's
to
a
use
good
your number
idea.
every time. And I'll keep the track of your first week's team name in case you forget your number, but otherwise that's it. And then I'll just keep your scores throughout the summer.
That's good because it could be that people use the same name.
Right. And
Like if
sometimes
it's
they
summer
do.
team, you might like.
Yeah, but what's funny is that I usually give out a prize for like dumbest team name. So people like to, even if like, so one team, they always have pirates in their name somehow. Another team always has Merkin in their name.
Oh yeah, hilarious.
I mean, it's wet hot Merkin
That was
summer.
pretty funny.
It was really funny, but I've given them prizes before.
We were 10x.
Oh, great. You guys didn't join the teams, though.
Well, we didn't know what we're doing. We're doing
You did very well, though. I mean, out of all the.
ourselves. My husband like messed up. I said it was Belgium, and he was like, "No, the Belgians don't do anything interesting. It's got to be."
That's the funny thing. They literally, that's the only thing they've done. You guys tied for 5th place. That's definitely not bad out of 24 teams.
We have not done this ever.
Yeah.
So
come on out and see us more often.
we are here partly because we're doing some recon because we're doing Zootown trivia night when we do our fight night at Imagination. Your random prize was because we can't afford to give out good prizes.
No, nor should you.
You said that you would know what the is that what you called it? The random one?
Oh, I call it a surprise prize.
surprise prize.
Just or a surprise if I have it written down.
Surprise.
Oh, I literally just went down and at some point at the Salvation Army in Kalispell, like the one I just gave away tonight, was just like this bust of like this woman who's clearly, and again, no judgment, but clearly a witch. Her like Her jugs were sticking out quite a bit. It was very frilly. She had a
Right,
couple
right,
like
right.
necklace, a very like pirate wench looking
So kind of a white elephant kind of a situation.
white elephant.
Cat.
What I find to be better is like either something like some weird piece of statuary.
Yeah.
Which again, all you have to do is just take like an afternoon and if or whenever you're driving by some random secondhand store, just pop in and just see what something weird they might have. The other thing I like to give away is like just like what in the actual hell, like for a lot of the younger people. So part of sorry, I'm ranting. Like a
Thigh master?
thigh master, like an actual old school thigh master. It's just so fun. It's so weird.
Do they know what it is?
Oh, that's sometimes you have to be like, Google it, man. And you're gonna see some of the weirdest videos from that gal, from some gal that you don't even recognize. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be really funny. So I went. I actually kind of fought with them a little bit. They wanted to do relatively high cash prizes here,
Huh.
but then they weren't going to pay me as much, which is a choice. I was like, I don't think anybody cares about winning money.
Right. Well, you love seeing your name up there.
And
Like,
just
that was enough.
knowing that you did well, or knowing you tied for fifth or something, is like the fun of it. Unless you're going to give away like
$1,000.
well, a group of 6 adults sitting at the table, like how much money would it have to be if they're all splitting it to actually matter? Like 6 adults.
Yeah.
You're like, it'd have to be at least $150, or we got like $25 ish or so.
That's
But then even that, you're kind of like,
barely pays for.
so we just kind of did a thing. So essentially, for first place, it should buy a couple rounds each. I think we need to talk about raising that. Second place, like, buys 1 round, and third place, just some random crap.
It's a random thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'd highly recommend, like, just like, there's a couple aisles at Goodwill. There's a
Right.
couple spots at like some of the other places that just walking in. If you're just like, who, why, what, huh, $4, then you're like done, right? Then it's
The
perfect.
best $4 investment ever.
Exactly. And the other thing I do just make things fun is to get something even smaller and dumber. So like a Liberace Christmas on cassette
Right.
or something dumb, and that's the price for like best team name.
Yeah.
Because it just kind of adds a little bit of a challenge for people
Right.
to come up with something really punny. It's supposed to be punny. It's
Right.
like the source of it.
Wait, we're TEDx because we're the English department.
Right.
And then X is our the science department, like
Okay.
or with
The
us. So,
English department with
yes.
the science department's axis.
Yeah. Well, that didn't really work.
I was like Ted Sci or Sci Ted or
No,
something, maybe.
because
but-
it's like an extra.
Oh, sure. Okay, plus
Like,
a little bit
yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Ted
totally.
plus a little bit more.
Here's the thing. I know a lot of people come back. Oh, what was it tonight? I was like, we should have stayed homies,
Oh, I saw
or
that.
should have
Yeah.
stayed home. And they like came back up. They were like, it's actually, we should have stayed home ease. Like, we're homies and we should have stayed home. And I'm like, let me take the time to correct that because that's important. And I did.
Fourth up.
But also, I'm like, no one cared. Except, but you do. And that's what makes it fun, right?
Yeah.
People can have some ownership of like that little
That-
part of it.
Well, we thought that
Yeah.
doing Clark trap, but then we were.
Yeah, yeah. Just finished pretty often. This time is everything. Like, eventually, and I know I think he's really doing the ways to say, see it get like right. But it's just skip. People are going, yes, it's like, so when I Sean loved it, I kind of scripted it, so I don't know. Like, you know, and it's just a having a girl get her yeah, like say, see our George groups, you're so secure, like, later, it's kind of like a bit of style. Feels like very see honor, like, the rest of the now, you're something that's not it's started, it's kind of, yeah, like I was friends with Chris over holiday, and I was she tried. I saw you. Yeah, it's yeah, it's fine. You grab some. Yeah, it's like yeah.
And anything from artists, like shares a lot of word and then you practice you have like all the and it really gets me just be oh it's oh this is about this